Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to be going over all my recent pickups, and there's been a lot of them. Garage sale season has finally started up here in Washington, so we hit a couple of those. We did a Nintendo Switch trade and hit a few thrift stores. So let's get into the little bit of live footage that I have. I don't feel comfortable just yet going and recording at garage sales. Hopefully that'll come in the future. But we'll start with the thrift store pickup and the Switch trade, and then we'll get into the yard sale finds. Just got out of Goodwill. Only pickup with this Speed Racer cycling jersey. It's on the Adrenaline promotions tag, size XXL. They wanted 10 bucks for it. It was about 11 after tax, and the last one that sold was about 50, so not a bad pickup. All right, so it looks like I have a trade locked in. I don't keep Switches in stock anymore because they're so easily available at stores, so I'm gonna go run down to Fred Meyer and pick one up, and let's do this trade. All right, guys, just secured the Switch. These things run about $385 after tax. Let's go trade it. Just finished up the trade. Here's everything we got. We'll go over it more when we get back home, but there's a PlayStation Portable lot, PS3, an NES Classic. This is just gonna be box only with manuals, so no system. There's a big Wii lot with some good games. Unfortunately, checked everything. Mario Party 8 wasn't in there, but it is what it is. Spider-Man, the Wii console. This bin is bags full of games. And you got the Xbox 360 console with some games like Minecraft. And then in this bag, actually, we have an Atari Lynx. So we'll go over everything when we get back home, but the trade has been completed. All right, so that was it for the live footage, just a thrift store pickup and the Switch trade that I'll go over in more detail in a minute. But first off, just wanted to show off the Speed Racer cycling jersey. I saw this, I knew that it had to be something. I think it's pretty vintage, but just this one piece right here goes for about 50 bucks. All right, moving on to the trade. I'm not gonna show everything because there's a lot of just like shovelware. But starting off, we have the Sega CD box. There's no console in here. It's just the box with the manuals and all the cords. Next up, we have the Wii console. This came with 2 controllers and all the cords. It's pretty dirty, so it'll need a nice cleaning. But he already sent me pictures of this working, so I'm not worried about it. And then there were the games. So not a bad stack of games here. We have Wii Sports, Mario Party 8, which we already went over. Unfortunately, no game. There was Spider-Man Edge of Time, Super Mario Galaxy 2, Active Life Outdoor Challenge, Poke Park 2, and then New Super Mario Bros. Wii. There was also a ton of shovelware. The Wii library has so much shovelware, so you know it's always going to be included. Next up, we've got an Xbox 360 here. Again, he sent me videos of this working. It comes with all the cords and the controller. A couple shovelware games, but for the most part, pretty decent stuff. We've got Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures, Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures 2, Forza Horizon, Minecraft, and then a couple of sealed games, Fable 3 and Gears of War 3. Next up was the PS3, and the only game included was the Street Fighter Special Edition. It looks like it's sealed, but open up the top, but other than that, great condition. And we've got the PSP right here that actually came with its original box. Super sweet. I'll probably be adding this to the collection. I don't have any PSPs in the box, so that's super awesome. The games included were Final Fantasy, NHRA Drag Racing, Phantasy Star 2 Portable, God of War, and Grand Theft Auto. We also had this NES Classic Edition. And then last but not least, the Atari Lynx. This is actually my first time ever finding one of these out in the wild. Pretty happy to get this on a trade. Has been tested. It does work. It does not have a power cord, though. It's crazy how small these games are. This is a Game Boy case, and it's got, like, I think 4 games in here. Okay, there's only 3. But we've got Checkered Flag, Pinball Jam, and Pit Fighter. So that was everything for the trade. It totaled on price charting around $1,200, and as you saw before, the Nintendo Switch cost me about $385 at Fred Meyer. So I think we did pretty good there. Let's get into some yard sale finds. All right, so the first yard sale find was actually pretty cool. It's this green Ralph Lauren bag. It's like a over-the-shoulder strap bag. And the reason this is so cool is because the week prior at an estate sale, I found like the full duffel bag to match. So 2 separate sales, the exact same bags, different styles. So super cool. The next sale that I went to was an older woman who had a bunch of her son's golf gear out. So unfortunately no clubs or anything, but I was able to grab some pretty cool clothing items. First up, we have this Pebble Beach men's XL polo. A lot of the extra large polos I might be keeping in golf in, we'll see. And then we have this other Pebble Beach polo. This Ashworth, the Boulders polo. And we've got this Smiley's Armor shirt on the Comfort Colors tag. And on the back it says, an angel on the 18th. And lastly, they had a pile of Scotty Cameron t-shirts. So we've got this one right here, Scotty Cameron Studio Designs, and this Scotty Miller Fine Milled Putter shirt. So Scotty Cameron is a really great brand to look out for putters, but apparently their clothing does really well also. So I grabbed those. I looked them up really fast, and I saw some ones listed for around 100, 50 to 100, I think it was, but who knows what they'll sell for. Next up, we have some brand new polos. So we've got this Puma one right here, brand new with the tags. This Nike Dry Fit polo, brand new with the tags. Retail was $65. Lastly, just another Puma one. When I was walking out from the sale, I double checked the racks and I decided to grab this Patagonia down jacket. It is large. The sale was pretty funny because it all came out to about $53. I asked if she would take 40 and she said no. And then after tallying everything up, she decided to give me a couple shirts for free, and she said that she would do everything for 30. So I was a little confused. I told her I initially offered her 40, and she started laughing, and she said that was fine. So we paid $40 for everything, and then at the end, I paid an additional $10 for the Patagonia. The next sale we went to was pretty funny. Also, there was a little kid out and his dad, and the little kid was manning a desk that had some Pokemon cards, and another person was there who asked the dad for video games at the same time that I asked the kid for video games. Now, the guy who asked the dad for video games was unfortunately told no, whereas the kid that I asked said, yeah, I think I've got a few things. Nothing crazy, but he came out with this Switch game, Bowser's Fury, and Ring Fit Adventure. Also came with the little ring. I asked him if he had any controllers for the Switch because mine are drifting and I was really trying to beat Breath of the Wild before Tears of the Kingdom came out. And he came out with a Pro controller and a set of Joy-Cons. That was pretty sweet and kind of funny that the other guy was standing there watching me do this deal while he was kind of just sat there after being told no. The dad was laughing. But I asked the kid how much he wanted for him. He said 65, and I didn't really want to haggle with him because he was a nice kid, and I asked him if he would do 60, and he said that'd be no problem. So we ended up grabbing all the Switch stuff for $60. Next sale I went to didn't have too much, but there was a big tarp full of clothing. So I searched through that and found a couple gems. First off was this New School Kingdom Hearts t-shirt. Then we've got this Star Wars shirt on the Star Wars tag. Pretty sweet graphic on this one. Next up we have a size medium Mariners jersey on the Majestic tag with the hit on the sleeve. And it is an Ichiro jersey. Or Jersey. And then definitely the coolest find there was this hoodie. It is on the Universal Studios tag. And it is a Terminator 2 3D hoodie. So super sick. Universal Studios license tag on the Terminator 2 hoodie. Super stoked when I saw this. At the next sale, there was nothing of my interest. But as I was walking out, the lady brought out a bag that was full of VHS and DVDs. So I went through it, found a couple things. First thing was this Beavis and Butthead VHS. And then we've got another one. This one's actually still sealed. We have the complete first season of The Sopranos. This Looney Tunes Golden Edition. 4 more Beavis and Butthead VHSs, all sealed. And there was these 2 cool Star Trek, I think they're like DVD sets. And these were the only things that I looked up on Amazon. I saw, I think the red one was selling for around $35 to $50. And so when I saw that, I kind of just took a gamble on everything else since it was so cheap. And then the last thing I grabbed was this Get Smart Complete Series box set. Agent 86. I don't know the value on this, but like I said before, I pretty much had all my money back instantly on the Star Trek with some profit. So I saw this big box set, figured it might be worth the shot at 50 cents. So I spent a total of $5 at the garage sale. So hopefully the Star Treks will sell for that 35 to 50 that I'm assuming, and then we'll be able to make some good money on the rest of it. All right, so the last sale that I was able to get stuff from, it was pretty unfortunate because it was Friday evening and I was at home searching Facebook Marketplace, getting ready for garage sales the next morning. Because this is my first garage sale season being full-time, I completely forgot about garage selling on Fridays. Usually I would be at work, but now I can go garage selling on Fridays. So I had completely forgot about it. So I didn't go garage selling on Friday. So I was sitting on Facebook getting ready for sales on Saturday. And I saw this sale that said, nerdy garage sale, Pokemon, video games, you name it. And of course it started on Friday. So I was pretty bummed out about that, but I shot her a message and asked, hey, do you have anything left? Did everything already get bought out? And she said, we actually have some stuff left. She apparently had her prices pretty high. So there was a GameCube, that was all gone, but there was still a few other things that I was able to grab. So starting off with the plushies, there was a lot of Pokemon plushies, and she was asking 2 for 15 or 1 for 10. I ended up grabbing them all. We've got a big Snubble. We've got Love Disc, a Build-A-Bear Alone, I don't remember, Vulpix. We got this cute Chimchar, Pikachu, of course, Pichu, and then I do not remember this one's name, but I'm pretty sure it evolves into the starter water Pokemon. I'm not sure, but we got this one as well. And then we have Day, I believe it is. So all of these were either brand new with tags or they came from Build-A-Bear with official Pokemon tags. There was also a couple Squishmallows. We have this one right here. Unsure of the name, but it looks like a loaf of bread. And then we have this one that's still sealed in the bag with the original tag. Also, I think it might be the same one, the loaf of bread one. And the last one we got was this guy right here. There also was some Pokemon cards there, and unfortunately most of the good stuff was taken. There was a lot of common stuff that I ended up leaving, but there was one tin that had a good amount of stuff, and when I figured I would buy all the plushies, I figured why not try and get as big of a bundle deal as I can. So ended up grabbing one bin of all the nicer cards. The condition on these cards are not perfect, but it's okay. And as you guys will see, the lady running the sales did look everything up, and she had ballpark prices of things. So for the first card, we have this Mega Rayquaza EX, and she had a $55 price sticker on there. Next up was this Switch that was $30. The Mallow, which was also $30. And I'm just going to kind of fan through the rest of these. There's really nothing too crazy. Just, you know, some of these like full arts, and most of these cards, I guess here's a $10 one that there was in there. Most of these are all like $1 to $5 cards. Nothing too crazy in this batch, but got all of them, and you'll see I definitely did not pay the sticker price, so that was nice. Lastly in the bundle deal was the leftover video game stuff. The first thing we got is an original PlayStation, and I can see why it was left after day one. She had wanted $20 for this, which is not that great of a deal for these original PlayStations. They really don't hold much value, probably like 30 to 40 bucks, but on Amazon I should be able to get 40 to 50 on it. And then there was a Sega Genesis, which has a $100 price sticker on it, but I'll show you why in a second. This is nothing. So the reason it had that $100 price sticker is because it came with this awesome Sega Genesis carrying case, or display. I've had one of these in the past. It holds games up here, the console, the cords, the controllers. This one is a little beat up, and the glass that sits on top is a little cracked, but this display is worth a decent amount. It's definitely not $100 of value or anything like that, but since it was the last day of the sale and the lady said, I'm just trying to get out of here as soon as possible, so the more you buy, the better, I was happy to grab it. The only two games that were included were Sonic 1 and 2 for the Genesis, and then, of course, a couple controllers and the hookups. So at the end of the sale, I had everything ready to go, and we started negotiating, and the value of everything that she wanted, I think, was around $500 for the Pokemon cards, the video games, and the plushes. I asked her if she would do $200, and she did some math in her head and ended up coming with $380, and I think she miscalculated the plushes, because with that math, the plushes were more expensive than if I bought them originally. It was something weird. It was a big day of people failing at math, but we ended up negotiating back and forth, and I paid $260 for this lot. I should be able to get a decent amount back just for the plushes and then selling the cards individually. I wouldn't say that this was necessarily the best buy in the world for a garage sale, but I do really love finding these plushes, and the Sega Genesis display was too cool to pass up on. So those were all my finds for the week. We went to some garage sales, we hit a thrift store, we did a trade, and I think I did pretty well. So let me know down in the comments what you think, what your favorite item that I picked up was. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more. Thank you so much for watching. And if you're interested in anything that I've shown today, the link to my Instagram will be in the description. That's the best way to contact me. And I usually post everything there first because it's just quicker and easier. So go down there, click that link, and follow me there. Subscribe here, like the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.